If believing in God was enough, then people wouldn't be getting killed or worse while praying to God for help. God is the salvation of your soul. You can give your mind to God, you can give your soul to God, you can give your heart to God, but your physical being belongs in this world. And this world has actual evil and evil people in it. You can give glory to God. I'm not saying don't believe in God. You should believe in God. You give God your belief. You give God your faith. You give God your trust in the terms of salvation of your soul. You give glory to God, thanks to God, gratitude to God. You give all of those things to God. But your physical being still belongs in this planet. I love the idea of faith without works as dead. Now, they try to interpret that in multiple of different ways. Usually it's just proselytizing. But the truth is if you don't do what you're supposed to do for yourself, God enabled you to do for yourself. And if you do not do for yourself, it is not God's responsibility to take care of those things for you. That's why you can be in a really bad position that you placed yourself in, whether just by being ignorant or truly by being stupid. You place yourself in this position, you beg God for help, God doesn't show up to help you and save you, because that's not the way it works. I love this idea, man. This story that I've come across and I've used multiple times. You have two, we can use priests in this moment, right? We have two priests that are walking through the forest. Why it's a forest doesn't matter, but they come across a bull. I don't give a fuck if bulls don't live in the forest. They come across a bull. As soon as they see the bull, they can see that the bull is already agitated and angry, and he's already pawing at the ground. He's gonna charge. One of the priests is like, I'm climbing up this tree, or we should climb up this tree to get out of the way of that bull. That bull is going to charge. The other priest is like, no, I'm going to stay right here and I'm going to pray to God to save me. He's like, I'm telling you, he's climbing up the tree already. You should come up here with me. I grew up around bulls. That bull is going to charge. Nope, God is going to save me. I'm just going to pray to God. I'm going to give him all of my faith, all of my prayers. I'm going to put everything I have into my prayers for God to save me. The bull charges and gores his dumb ass. While he's sitting there, then the bull runs off. The other priest climbs down. While he's laying there bleeding out, he's like, I don't understand. Why didn't God help me? He's like, he did. He gave you a helping hand to get up into the tree. That is how life actually works. Everybody, I get so many comments where people are like, trust in God, believe in God. God is the only thing you need. That isn't true. That is not true. This is an evil world. One of the comments that I got that I thought was amazing in how true it was, but how differently they took it when they said it. He said, haha, God made all the evil. But he said it in a way that I'm like, yeah, that's true. That means that everything that is visited upon you in this planet was God's doing. So all evil, all bad things that are visited upon you is God's doing. It is your responsibility to take care of yourself so that those things don't get visited upon you. You will not rise to the occasion. You will fall to your training. If you have no training, if you're ignorant or plain stupid and you put yourself in positions that you can't control, that you can't take care of yourself in, when something bad happens to you, it will be your fault. Now, there are plenty of times where evil is just visited upon other people out of the pure blue sky. You're in your own home, minding your own business. You do not break the law. You have not caused any of this to happen in any shape, way, form, or fashion. And somebody comes into your house and something really bad happens to you and or your family. I have a homeboy. I did a lot of time in prison, guys. I have a homeboy, and I like this dude. We're going to call him Joey for short. We'll call him Joey. I love Joey, man. Joey was actually a really good dude. Now, integrity is a byproduct. As long as you always do what you say, then you have integrity. Now, most of you confuse integrity with morality. They're two different things. You can be completely immoral, and as long as you always do what you say, you have integrity. So while you guys may not like this guy or his story, the dude had massive levels of integrity. And he was hired, he got hired out to do a hit job. He went into a house. None of the information that this man was given was correct about what was supposed to take place when he was paid to do this hit. Point is, he goes into this house. First of all, there's dogs. He didn't even know there was going to be dogs. There's 2 or 3 dogs. I think it was 2, but it might have been 3 dogs. This man sat in the hallway after breaking into the house to play with these big ass dogs. They were not small dogs. They were not Labradoodles. They were not golden retrievers. They were home protection dogs. And he played with them. This dude knew how to he knew dogs. So he just made friends with them, was real calm, quiet. While they were growling at him, he finally got them to befriend him. He played with them for like 20 or 30 minutes in the hallway so that they didn't know what to do when everything went down. He ran into, there was only supposed to be one person in the house. That was not the case. I don't even know if he went into the correct house, is the truth. So he goes in there. The very first person he comes across was a large man. A large man. Joey is not a big man, but Joey has training. So he comes across a large man. He said plain and simple, the first fight was Mortal Kombat. This was a fight to the death. And he wasn't even sure he was going to win it at first. He ended up winning. That was the first person that died in that house. He is what is known as a mass killer. He killed multiple people in this house. The only person this man did not kill is there ended up being a 9-year-old little girl in the house, I believe. And when he found her, he picked her up, carried her over the dead body of her uncle, her mom, the blood, everything, carried her over all of it, put her down outside and pointed at the house across the street where there was a light on and said, go. And then she took off. And that little girl ended up identifying him like perfectly. Well, he said when they came to him and showed him the sketch of him, it was identical to him. But the point is, this guy went in. These people had done nothing. The person that he was supposed to kill was not in the house. So I don't even know if he went in the right house. None of the information that he was given was apparently correct. But he goes into the house. As far as I know, these people had done nothing wrong, as far as I can tell. And all of them in the house ended up being murdered, except for the little girl, who is still going to be dramatically traumatized for the rest of her life. Now, the first man had the opportunity to stop this situation, but he did not have the level of training that my homeboy did when he went into this house. So he was overpowering Joey, he did not have the abilities that Joey had, and so ended up losing his life. Him losing his life caused everybody else in that house to lose their life. Even the little girl, if we look at it in terms of everything that she's going to suffer through for the rest of her life, in some ways, she's lost her life too. She's lost a huge part of her died that night for sure, and is irrevocably damaged, most likely, for the rest of her life. Now, that's my point. Believing in God is not enough. That man could have been, please, for the love of God. Please, for the love of God. Please, for the love of God. Please, God, come down and help me right now. And that's not going to happen because it's not the way it works. We always talk about divine intervention, but those things are actually usually those things don't happen very often. And it's usually a story of like, this thing should have happened, but like by luck and happenstance, it happened a different way. That man lost because he didn't have the training that my homeboy had. He had been in, my homeboy Joey, he had been in the military for, I think it was like well over 10 years. And then he had done, in that 10 years, he had been to a war zone, something to the effect of like 9 times. I think one of them, they had gone out of Kuwait, and then like, once they were an hour out of the airspace, they turned the plane around and went right back in. And they called it, that was enough time. They left, they followed the rules by leaving or whatever, and they went right back in. So this man was traumatized and damaged in his own ways. But that's my point. Believing in God is not enough. I'm not telling you do not believe in God. I'm not telling you do not give glory and thanks to God every day. I'm not telling you not to give your prayers and your time and your heart and your soul and your energy to God. Do all of those things. But what I am telling you is that believing in God is not enough. You can't just trust in God. You have to trust in your abilities. If you do not have the ability to protect yourself, you will be at the mercy of individuals that have the ability to harm other people to gain whatever it is that they want. You will be at the mercy of that evil every single time. God is not going to come down. God is not going to help you in those moments. God is not going to prevent you from doing something that is either blindly ignorant or belligerently stupid to put yourself in a position that that evil will be visited upon you. And also, man, sometimes the truth is evil is just visited upon us out of the pure blue sky. Nothing that you could have done, you have done nothing to cause it, and nothing that you could have done could have prevented it. Sometimes that just happens. It is your responsibility to be ready for those things. Believing in God is not enough. I hate to break it to you. So you can't say trust in God and forget the evil world. You can't say believe in God and everything will be okay. We know that that's not true. We know that that is a lie. We know that just believing in God does not make everything okay. We know that just believing in God doesn't stop you from being harmed, doesn't stop women from being harmed, doesn't stop children from being kidnapped and being harmed. Believing in God is not enough. And you are a fool if you consistently think that just believing in God is enough. You have to trust yourself and your abilities. You believe and put faith in God to be your eternal salvation of your soul. He is not going to come down and help you and protect you in the moments of when it should have been, when it's on you, when it is your responsibility to take care of yourself. He's not going to come down. Now, does that never happen? I'm not going to say it never happens. Like I said, divine intervention does happen. But if it was a consistent and constant thing, bro, the one place where divine intervention should be a constant fucking line and boundary that should be uncrossable is children. And that doesn't happen. Children turn up harmed and missing and worse all the time. All the time. So if God isn't coming down to protect that child, what makes you so sure God is going to come down and protect you? Who's far less worthy of it? Believing in God is not enough. Get off of your fucking ass, get some training, put yourself in a position to where you can protect yourself and you can protect those that you love and you care about, and even your property if necessary. God isn't enough. You have to stand up and be enough your damn self.